Welcome to Mighty Car Mods.
Season 3, proudly supported by Just Car Insurance.
And coming to you in huge download.
Which means HD. Now we have got loads of stuff in store for you guys this season, including new cars and loads of new mods.
Now last year we put word out there to all our fans asking for some donations so that we could build our very own show car.
We ended up with around $4,500, and with that we bought the worst car we could find. It had been crashed, it had a blown engine, it was $500 from eBay.
That's right, we swapped the engine in that thing, we did an auto to manual conversion and we turbocharged it.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. And now, for the first time in a massive 3-part premiere, we're going to show you guys exactly how we did it. It was a cold wintry night in June, and our car arrived to Mighty Mod's headquarters the way all good cars do, on the back of a tow truck. This one's auto, and its engine is somewhat broken. It's got a 1-litre twin-cam engine pushing out a massive 47 kilowatts when it's actually working, and overall, it's actually pretty tidy. We didn't waste any time sourcing ourselves a new engine, which was being transported from Adelaide that very night.
I wisely got myself a trailer to tow with my ever-practical Subaru. The engine was being brought up by truck to the Sydney depot. It came with everything we needed for the manual conversion, including pedal box, manual gearbox, gear shifter and loom.
Better? It would have fit in the boot.
An engine crane is essential for any engine transplant. Basic ones can be had for a few $100.
This is a 2001 model Daihatsu Sure L700, also known as a Mira in Japan, and it is the exact same model as the little red car that started Mighty Car Mods 3 years ago from episode 1, season 1. The eBay listing for this car said it had a blown engine, but we were very keen to see if it would even start. But like most broken cars, it had a flat battery. Dude, your thing just fell off. Dude, where does it go? Does it always fall off? A jump start from Marty's Subaru proved unsuccessful, so he had to start pillaging from the original little red bus. With a new battery in, it was time to start her up for the very first time. We were keen to see what lay beneath the layer of intergalactic filth, so we gave the car a wash and were surprised to see quite a straight and clean body.
While the engine was out, it was a great opportunity to fit a new clutch and machine the flywheel. 5 bolts hold the transmission to the engine block. A bit of WD and a rattle gun sorts out the bolts quick smart. Exedy offered to make us a custom hand-built clutch in their workshop, but first some investigating had to be done as to what would fit.
Marty speaking.
Yeah, Marty's Rolfie. Mate, it is the same as the Syrian.
It's common practice for manufacturers to use the same parts across a range of models. In this case, we were lucky to find out that parts from a much more common Sirion also fit our car. The engine was not going to be back together for at least a few days, and by then we'd have easily forgotten where all the bolts go. A few marked plastic bags and we're sorted. Next, the sump had to be removed so we could install an oil return fitting from our turbo. The fitting has to be welded on, meaning all the grease and oil and sealant has to be removed.
We're no strangers to engine swaps, but with fan donations at stake and a very strict deadline, it's time to bring in some help. This is Ben, also known as Mechanical Stick. He's a qualified mechanic, Subaru nut, and most importantly, a Mighty Mods fan from way back. He's built more cars than we've owned, and he knows his way around engines, big and small. But he's got extra cred as far as we're concerned, because he also owns a Japanese K car, just like ours. When buying a second-hand engine or a second-hand car, it's a good idea to do a full service, including belts, gaskets, plugs, and all fluids. We did a quick test run to see just how damaged the current engine was.
This is our oil return line that we got welded in. So once the oil goes through the turbo, it drains back into the sump through that little thing.
Our friends at Exedi have made us a custom clutch for our little green beast, so we got to work putting it in.
Basically you machine it to get a flat surface. Often the flowers do get burn marks, and that can cause clutch shadow. And
A torque wrench is essential when installing bolts that are going to be spinning at 6,000 RPM. Fly to clutch. Crisis averted. That almost ended our day.
maybe you guys should just do Mighty Mods from now on.
Right now we are at a crucial part of the process because they're attaching the thing to the other thing, and if that thing doesn't work, the car's not going anywhere. Check it out.
Dude, what do we do with this thing?
It basically just has to clip onto the other thing, and then we're pretty much good to go.
But that's the thing that's not working, right?
Oh, that thing. No, that's a different thing. The thing we need is actually a different clip, different thing.
Is it this thing?
No, that thing might
Why don't
work.
we just shove?
Yeah, it's right with that thing.
Yeah. The gearbox was finally mated to the engine. With it all prepared, we could go about removing the very broken original engine from the car.
You always use axle stands because you don't want to get stuck underneath a Sior. Even though you could probably lift it back up again, it's best to use an axle stand always. Just got to adjust the hinge pull-out bit there, Martin.
I'll adjust the hinge pull-out bit. I heard that's what works. I read it on a forum.
Oh, it must be true then.
Before the engine comes out, all the fluids have to first.
With all the panels around the engine removed, we could get our first glimpse of the old motor that was about to be extracted like a rotten tooth. Our resident dentist gave us the game plan.
The loom, all the accessories, power steering, alternator, and the engine mounts are the last thing to do.
And then out she comes.
Out it comes.
Mad. Benny, we should have just dropped the whole subframe in one go.
No,
No?
that smacks of effort.
The engine and gearbox come out together, meaning the drive shafts that connected all to the wheels have to be disconnected. Alright, well these two have just been hanging out doing nothing. I use nothing but this hammer that sounds like a maraca, and I've almost got the engine out. There's 3 more bolts to go, and I'm going to make these guys do it because they haven't been doing anything. Arriba!
Nah, you get it from here that you need.
Shove a big breaker bar down.
We found out that black cars actually, due to the extra absorbed heat, slow you down. they decrease your aerodynamics. So the trick is to have the top half black and the bottom half a different colour. So the top causes some drag and that propels the rest of the car forward faster. A stubborn power steering pump was all that got in our way.
Yes, we're ready. Have a winner.
Marty showed us exactly where we're going to put the new engine and how it was going to sound. I'm going to drive to the beach. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to do the old Fred Flintstone. It's not working, dude. Oh, we've got to... Dude, we haven't cut the floor out yet.
Forgot about that.
You got an angle grinder, dude? We're just going to cut the floor out so I can get my feet through there.
You could fit that exhaust pipe inside that one.
Twice, I believe.
Wow.
Are we going to do a little bonnet scoop or a little something on there?
It's up to you.
TRD laser style, dude. Just a little cut.
Just make sure you don't cut it out too far this time.
Whoops.
I took advantage of an empty engine bay and set about removing 9 years worth of engine slime. Kind of like human slime, made by engines. Now that we had the old and new engine side by side, it was my job to swap over all the parts we'd be using on our new engine. Ben set about cleaning up the housing on the Subaru Turbo he just brought us.
Alright, so we've just taken our exhaust heat shield off, and this is what we've found. Our manifold's cracked, totally cracked, and has been welded up with a stick welder, so I don't think this was going to go that far anyway. I think we'd better turbo it.
You can get these cars with a factory turbo engine in Japan, and luckily the exhaust manifold is the exact same bolt pattern on our engine. Our car was originally auto, meaning the existing pedal duo had to go and a trio of pedals put in place.
We have manual pedal.
I gave the new engine a final clean and we called it a day.
We met up with our friend Tarek, who we'd interviewed in Season 2 because he won the Autosalon Design a Toyota competition. Now he also has a surprising amount of fabrication skills and he said he'd help us out. With the car loaded onto a trailer behind Marty's ever-practical Subaru, you can tell he wrote this script. It was time to take the engineless car to Tarek's place. In true Mighty Car Mod style, Tarek's workshop is a shed located behind his house. Tarek had spent some time drawing up some plans of what our little car would look like with the right work done.
So that'll be that. That'll probably, we'll make it a bit bigger here, so it gives it a bit of depth.
I don't know what that front bar is.
That's a turbo front bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and that goes with the turbo bonnet.
Okay. Is it a turbo and yeah.
Inspiration.
That's the turbo bonnet?
That's the turbo bonnet.
Okay.
The green one's just simple as. It's got no vents.
It's coming down and then in a little bit more and then onto this
Yep.
tray. Looks
Yep.
will really suit it and will really suit the wheels. Yeah, it's going to be good.
How are you, Martin?
Bit squished.
What have you got there? Is this a concept of how it's going to look when it's finished?
It is a concept of how it's going to look.
Alright, I'll just show that to the camera. Does this thing light up? That is lit up?
That is lit up.
Okay. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that a little bit. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. Alright, let's get to it.
Cool.
While Marty and Tarek started on the body kit, I got started stripping out the inside of our ride. So what we've decided to do in the back is turn this car into a little kind of a mini kind of pickup van ute. So we're going to get rid of the back seats, completely strip the back out, and then we're going to kind of lay down a new false floor, and then you can actually use this car to carry stuff around in, like girls and equipment. Considering the car is half mine, I'll break half of it, and then you fix half of it, and then we'll be even. How's that sound? With small cars like this, you can't fit in a massive engine, so it's all about weight reduction.
Why is it 10 and 12 that always get lost?
Just give me an 11 and a piece of gaffer tape, I'll make it work. I can't like...
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, there is money. Dude, our car cost $499. That's mad. Let's go get an ice cream. Actually, is 2 balls.
All the interior parts we were planning to reuse also came off, to keep them in good condition during construction of the body. Tarek continued with the frame of the body kit and sent me off for some supplies.
I have to go and buy bog. Where's the bog?
Bog.
I need bog for my show
The
car.
bog is here. Which one? The Ford Laser?
No, man. This is a top secret show car. It's not a Ford Laser.
The bog.
Is that the biggest you got?
No. Look for the big, dirty tin.
We've gone for a green flour. That's F-L-O-U-R. I like it.
What we did is we put the wood first, so we built it out of small MDF pieces, and then from there we got the skeleton of it, then we laid it up with fiberglass and we put some bog on top just to get a rough shape, and now we can start sanding.
Body filler or bog is used to create a totally smooth surface while the fiberglass underneath provides the strength. I learned that there is a true art to bogging well, one that takes years to master. It has to be used in moderation or it can shrink or explode later on. Once applied but not totally hardened, it can be worked with sandpaper and files to achieve the desired shape.
Car of bog. Bogmobile. Bogzilla. Turbo bog sled.
With our car back at the Mighty Car Mods garage, we were ready to install our new engine. It was all hands on deck, and we had a few more helpers from the Mighty Car Mods forum.
Yes, winner.
Marty got a little overexcited about Mechanical Stig's recently completed Subaru show car, which graced the Mighty Car Mods street with its presence.
Got us some stuff, that's our chicken.
Yeah.
And man, this stuff came from Japan. That's like Audi headlights.
Nice.
That's a TRD sticker, we all know why that's here. That's our turbo flange adapter, don't drop it. That's one of our flange gaskets. That's a thing called an under-seat fragrance. I know under-seat does not smell like that in my car. And then that's our flange for our dump pipe. And then that's a turbo badge.
Better and better.
And that's a compass that's always going to point to Japan.
Oh, yes.
And that's your rego papers, you can sort them out. And that's more flange gaskets, and that holds the number plate. Thanks, man.
Faceplant and Rake are both regulars on the Mighty Car Mods forum, and they're both qualified car nuts, and they've come to give us a hand. The street was filling up with hot cars, including Rake's R34 and Faceplant's 86. Mechanical Stig set about making a Subaru Turbo fit onto our little engine, while Faceplant removed some wheels and the pea-shooter exhaust was extracted from underneath the car.
No, there's no hangers left, they're all Gonskis. Nah.
What?
Why just hovering there
Oh,
like
hang on, yeah, there's one hanger.
No, there's none left, I swear. Ow!
She's out.
Mad.
With the exhaust in the bin, it was time to remove the useless auto selector, which we would definitely not be needing.
No more auto.
Welcome to another episode of Mighty Mods. Today we're not doing anything. We got Rake. Yeah, actually Rake from the forum. And we got Faceplant. Not a stand-in, that's the real deal right there, also from the forum. And look what they've just done. It's incredible. We're fired, Martin.
We're making good progress, but now some real alterations are taking place.
So our little automatic show car didn't have a hole for where the clutch cable goes through to the gearbox, and we drilled it and we got it in exactly the right spot. So Ben, I thought those turbos were unrotatable.
Well, it's just gonna mean we're gonna have to make it do. Well, it's gonna be made on the car, dude. So just leave that bolted to the turbo and.
Our IHI VF16 turbo had to be rotated so that the inlet and outlet were oriented the right way for our exhaust and intercooler. This involves removing the housings, grinding off locator pins, and then relocating the wastegate actuator. We slotted the new engine into the waiting engine bay. The thing that's concerning me a bit is that when we actually just kind of put this up here, it looks like the turbo hangs out about 2 kilometres further than the front of the car. So what are we going to do about that? Fold it on.
Nothing, it's going to look awesome.
Yeah, right. Just cut a hole in the front bar and have the turbo hanging out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm into it. All right. That's where we're at.
Love it, man. Don't forget, we've got a mad big fat custom bumper going there. I think it looks awesome, and the dump's going to go, what, down that hole?
Yeah, that's perfect. That part is going to work really well.
We're trying to figure out where we're going to put our intake, and I think it should go there with a mad little pod, but not everyone else believes me. You should hear their opinions.
It's got to hang out the front bar with a big funnel, ram air intake.
Marty was getting super excited about our new front mount intercooler, which we lined up in front of the car.
It's time to share the excitement. Our turbo actually fits, and our front mount's gonna fit, and our radiator fits with this radiator support in place. And look, it even fits with the horn.
The pieces of the puzzle were slowly coming together as we reinstalled engine mounts, the power steering system, and reattached the drive shafts to the gearbox.
Oh, I've got this.
The car is getting bolted back together. We're probably going to have at least another day or two ahead of us of putting stuff back together, welding up pipes, front mounts, all that kind of stuff, and then getting it on the road and making it work and getting our exhaust done. I'm excited about that too. You can hear it come to life. Turbo 3 cylinders sound mad.
I drive the seat.
So where is it going to?
As far that way as we can go. Probably back first.
It was then that we realised that we needed to move the car, but it was stuck in gear with no shifter.
1, 2, 3, up. Mad. Parked.
Next time on Mighty Car Mods.